I'm Carly, this is Evan, and Ripley. We have a dream to complete America's Great Loop. So in order to make that happen, we bought this boat. Between now and 2025, we're taking you along with as we document every step of the journey to make our dream a reality. We hope you'll join us for the adventure. Hey everyone, we're back with another video, and this one is starting off with Hurricane Milton prep. We are on the East Coast. We live in West Palm Beach and our boat is in Delray Beach, so we should be okay. However, I would rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. So Evan and I are meeting at the boat now to add some more lines, add some more fenders, secure everything that we can. I'm really praying for everybody in Tampa Bay. It just looks like it's going to be awful, and I really don't have any words for it right now. So here we go. As Hurricane Milton approached, Evan and I took every possible step we could to secure the boat, tying on just about every single line that we had and using every single fender that we had as well. Although we weren't in the direct path of the storm, we knew that the wind would be pretty intense and the possibility for tornadoes was very high. So we didn't want to take any risks, and we did the best that we could. We ended up coming out on the other end of the storm very blessed compared to many others. So our thoughts and prayers are with everyone that was affected, not just those on the West Coast, but especially those north of us on the East Coast that had some devastating damage from the tornadoes, which ended up being pretty brutal. So we just feel very lucky, and we want to say thank you to everyone that checked in on us. Hey everyone, we are at the point in our boating journey where we are really going through it. We are really going through it, and when things happen, they all happen at once. So let's catch you up to speed here. As everybody knows, Hurricane Milton hit the state of Florida. We were nervous because it was the closest a hurricane would have come to us, at least on the East Coast, in the 3 years that we've lived here. Northern Attitude fared very well in the storm, despite it being the strongest winds we've ever encountered in our 3 years living here in Florida. And there were so many tornadoes. Not only were there so many, they were very strong EF3 tornadoes, which are just not common in the state of Florida. But despite all of that, our boat did great. She really hung in there. Let me tell you, we were nervous. We were more nervous for our boat than anything else. But she did great. However, we got back to the boat this past weekend to check on her and take my parents out for a boat ride. They were in town visiting, and we encountered two things not fun at all. The first being one of the neighbors tied up to our boat and completely ripped off one of the pillars on the port side of our boat. So the Marine Trader Europa, the Europa style, is kind of unique, and it has these 3 pillars. We don't believe that they are structural, but still, it looked like a shark took a bite out of it. So the fiberglass just completely ripped off, all the wood crumbled. Luckily, he's getting it taken care of this week, but just super inconvenient and not fun. We also, unfortunately, found a fuel tank leak in our bilge, and we're not sure what the exact extent of it is. It's not good no matter what, but what we're doing tonight is we have some portable tanks that Evan got from one of his coworkers that we will be transferring all the fuel to so we can better discover where the leak is coming from. And then we will also be installing our sink faucet. So lots going on tonight, lots of things happening to the boat. It's just a stressful time right now, so come along with. Evan, talk to us. What's been going through your head the last week or so, from the hurricane to all the issues we're having now?
Tell you what, people give up easy because of this kind of stuff in boating, but it's all part of the process. Anything can be fixed, and everything's a learning opportunity. We have a fuel leak in the port side tank. Thank goodness for friends and coworkers. We're going to transfer out what I think is either like 30 to 50 gallons of diesel. We just put 50 gallons in, but we've used some of it, so somewhere in there. At least to stop it from getting in the bilge, because obviously we don't pump that overboard, so less cleanup on our end if we can just contain it. While that's going on, we're going to fix the faucet finally.
Install the new faucet.
And install the new faucet. Got the sink in. We have PEX water lines, supply lines, hot and cold throughout the boat. And of course the fittings for the old and the new don't fit, so had to run to the hardware store. Trusty dusty Home Depot. Got some brass fittings to adapt from what's there, so we're going to take the small wins tonight with this, hopefully.
I appreciate the optimism, because I've been feeling it today. The pessimism, I mean. To add insult to injury to some of these losses we've had lately, my parents were in town this weekend, my dad and my stepmom, and we had a great time. But they left, so that was just sad this afternoon. And then I've also been doing freelance work all summer long, and I've been trying to get more of a full-time remote position. And then the last month, I've had interviews for 2 places that I felt really good about, and I didn't get either. And all that happened today. So this is my official and only call. If anybody's looking for remote marketing, graphic design, video editing, I can do all those things. And also, if anybody wants to sponsor any portion of our Great Loop journey, any products, hey, we will not say no for the most part. We opted for the design that just goes straight out because I figured that would be a little bit more helpful and out of the way when we're washing dishes. That's how I felt all day today.
If you want to grab some tools, we're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver.
It's literally right to your right. It's literally right there. I see it. You want to know the definition of a junk drawer? That.
This is the best junk drawer.
John left a bunch of stuff in there that's not actually junk, but it's so unorganized. Like, it's so bad. And that drawer is so heavy.
Got a little bit of a drip.
Still?
Mm-hmm. Do we not have a zip tie?
I don't see one. Found one. The junk drawer does not disappoint. Found the zip tie. Here you go.
Just gonna hold it up a little bit.
Well, the water droplets are a beautiful sight to see. The only thing left is we couldn't find a sink big enough to cover the previous holes, so we just need to fill them somehow. Not the most pretty, but hey, it's fine. We spent the rest of the night transferring the fuel from our port side tank into these external fuel tanks that we were able to borrow from one of Evan's coworkers. Because we found a leak in this fuel tank, the first thing we wanted to do was at least stop any additional leaking from happening, and we also want to contain it the best way we could. It's yet to be determined where the exact leak is coming from. It's very difficult to get to our fuel tanks, so that is something we're still working on because we have to unplug all of the wiring connected to our batteries. So we are struggling with that a little bit. If anybody has any recommendations for the best way to seal a leak like that, please let us know. But for now, we can't wait to see you next week, where you will watch us take our longest cruise yet, over 50 nautical miles from Delray Beach to Stuart, Florida. This cruise truly felt like what we imagined the Great Loop will be like, so we hope you'll come back and join us.